Chill. You guys are now listening to the Payz podcast. I don't even know what fucking episode we're on.
I believe 17.
17, yeah.
Episode Resurrection.
Episode Resurrection. That's what we're going to call it.
We got a special guest in the house. We got Rudy.
Hey,
What's up? How you doing, man? Thanks for sitting with us.
Nice to be here, man.
Yeah. For you guys that don't know, Rudy is young Glizzy's old boy, as we call it in Florida.
That's why they call me Lil Rudy.
Not that old.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this is the resurrection episode because usually it's always Glizzy who's almost dying all the time. You know, he's either being run over by cars or he's getting into some nefarious activities. But on our last episode was the last episode. It's the last episode I was healthy. After that, I contracted COVID-19, the devil, which it fucked me up. I went into a coma for 18 days and, you know, I almost checked out.
Yo, you know, a lot of people got questions about those coronas. I wonder if you get a lot of them like, yo, what were your symptoms, this and this and that?
Yeah. I mean, my symptoms were, it started off like a common cold and then, you know, graduated from a common cold to a sore throat. And then from a sore throat, it had started attacking my lungs, you know? I started coughing. And it was a dry cough, and like, you know, when you strain yourself real hard, you start to see like white things creeping up, on the side of your on your eyeballs. You know, sometimes if people are choking you out, or you're about to pass out, you see those things. I was coughing so hard that I would start to see those, like I was gonna pass out. You know what I mean? So I went to urgent care twice. They sent me home. They said that I didn't fit the criteria for a COVID test. And if it got worse, to go to the ER. So I went to the ER finally after my family fighting with me to go. And when I went, my oxygen saturation was like 84. Anything under like 80, you can lose organ functions. Kidney, liver, heart, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You're not getting enough oxygen to your brain and to your organs, so it could fuck you up. So they rushed me to ICU. They told me they had to incubate me. I was fucking scared as fuck. And they incubated me, and I was only supposed to be under for 3 days, but they couldn't get me out. They said that I was having seizures, and I was trying to pull I wasn't sedated enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was trying to pull the lines out of my mouth, and you know, they just couldn't. So they left me there 18 days.
18 days?
Mm-hmm.
And you were on a respirator?
Ventilator.
A ventilator?
Yeah. Ventilator, a.k.a. life support. A machine that breathes for you when you can't breathe. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know how you got it?
I don't know how I got it, but I have a feeling you gave it to me.
I didn't have no Rona. Fine.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. From the minute you were incubated, put to sleep, you didn't wake up for 18 days straight.
I didn't wake up for 18 days. I was
not once.
No, I was completely under. Yeah. I wasn't moving. I was just, you know, fucking
Shout out
sleep.
to the nurses and the doctors.
Yeah, man, no, they do God's work over there, man. They took really good care of me. You know, there was a team of doctors. I was one of the first people in the city to be a COVID patient in that hospital. I think there was only like one other elderly person that came from a nursing home, so it was like relatively new. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, they went in there with the full hazmat suits on. I was like, holy shit. It was overwhelming, dude. I was like, wow. You know, I've worked in hospitals, so I know when you go to ICU, it's a dangerous thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not no play shit. This ain't no family doctor. This is not going to be a hotel stay. Like, I'm going to fight for my life here. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that going into it. I didn't know how bad it was going to be. You know, they told me I was going to be down for 3 days, and in 3 days they're going to wake me up, and I should be good. You know, but I had a lot of complications. You know what I'm saying? When they put the tubes in me, I ended up getting a staph infection in my throat from the tubes, and that staph infection, it went through my into my blood. You know what I'm saying? So I had an infection in my blood. So I was breathing 70% for myself before I got the staph infection. You know what I'm saying? After I got the staph infection, I started going down to 50, 40, 30, 0. I was not breathing for myself. The machine was breathing 100%. That's when the doctors told my family, like, you know, he might not make it through the night. You know what I mean? So.
Do you feel that you had an advantage being that one of your family members was an employee there at the hospital?
I have a cousin who was a doctor. He's a doctor, you know what I'm saying? And he, when he heard about what happened, he went over there and he started pulling strings as far as like, yo, this is my family member. Let's do the best we can for him. He went and he got me plasma, which is like a blood transfusion. They take like some chemical out of the blood. It's not the whole blood. It's like they separate it, and in that chemical, it has antibodies for COVID. You know what I'm saying? So I was still infected with COVID, but they gave it to me to help me out with that shit. So he put me on a list. You know what I'm saying? To be like one of the first people to get it. So he pulled that string for me and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah. After I stopped breathing for myself, bro, like my parents started praying for me. I have family in New York. They reached out to their church, and when I woke up from the coma, they were showing me videos of like people in Nicaragua praying for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. But,
my bad. When you were in a coma, were you aware of what was happening? Even though you were asleep, were you like, did you like?
Absolutely not. It was like living in a different dimension. You know what I'm saying? No, I was living like a completely different life.
So like if someone would have came and talked to you, you wouldn't have been able to comprehend? Or?
I don't think so. But there was things where I would see my cousin, you know what I'm saying? In my dreams, he would pop up, you know what I mean? And it was always positive. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of nightmares on top of my dreams, you know what I'm saying? But whenever, if I was having a nightmare, I would turn around and I would see him and the nightmare would turn positive. You understand?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's just how it is. I mean, I also saw my brother every day. My brother was in every one of my dreams every day. So much that when I woke up, everybody was like, bro, you have to call Alex. I'm like, no, I'm not calling Alex, dude. The first person I called was him. I'm thinking, I saw Alex yesterday. He was in my room. I was hallucinating that my brother was in my room. He wasn't in. He wasn't even there. Nobody was there. I was seeing him. I was hanging out with him. I was talking to him. You know, when the doctor was cleaning my trach, you know, because they actually cut a hole in my throat to put the tubes in and take them out. When the doctor was cleaning my trach, my brother was there looking at him, like looking at the doctor, like, no, you know, you got to do this. You like, you know, be gentle. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, dude, I'll call Alex later. Like, I need to call everybody else because I was just with him. But yeah.
What happened when you called me? Was this or you actually?
Yeah. So like when I was in the coma, like I said, I was having nightmares and stuff like that, and they're so real. I mean, unless you live that, you know, I can't really, words can't explain how real it is. It's not.
I can imagine because since you weren't here, you weren't with us for 18 days. Yeah. You know, you still aged 18 days. So those dreams and nightmares that you had for 18 days. Yeah. You know, when you wake up, all the memory you have for those last 2 weeks and a half is that. Yeah. Those dreams and nightmares.
And who can remember their dreams vividly weeks after they happen? Like, what did you dream about 2 weeks ago? No, you'll never know. I can recall every dream I had in the order that I had it, and I could tell you what I smelled and what I tasted and what happened to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had a lot of nightmares, and when I don't know, I guess because of my life and my past and my profession, I was having a lot of violent nightmares. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm a violent person, I'm not, but I've been in a lot of violent situations. You know, I've been a bouncer most of my life, and you know, I was having like bad. I was getting into mad smoke in my dreams, and one of them was with Rudy, where I thought we had gotten into some shit with some people, and he had passed away. So I really thought you passed away. Like I remember crying about it. I thought you passed away, you know, because you actually went to get revenge. We went to get revenge for your dad, and that in doing that, we ended up going to jail, and you ended up getting bludgeoned in the head by like a 2x4. You were brain dead, dude. So imagine, number one, I'm dealing in my brain with his death, and 2 days later, your death. So I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm in bed. I'm in a coma, but I'm emotionally I'm fucked up. Even when I woke up, when I called you, I was a wreck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could tell. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, I could tell that you had some emotions.
Yeah.
In it, so
and I didn't.
Like, dude, why are you sad? I'm, you know what I'm saying?
I was
why you
mad.
about me?
I was super mad at you.
I was worried about you.
The first time I saw you on the FaceTime, I was so pissed. I was like, this nigga faked his death to get away because me and you went to jail over this shit and he tried to escape it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, how the fuck? But,
yeah, you were telling me crazy stuff, man. I was like, what do you mean this person was at the hospital? What do you mean this?
Yeah,
and like everything, it didn't come to me until later. And then I'm like, oh, wait. Like just later in the conversation, I realized, wait, man, could it be that was a dream or one of these nightmares?
Yeah.
You know?
It was. In my dreams, all my family, friends, ex-girlfriends, they were all in the dreams. All my boys were the security guards in the dreams. You know what I'm saying? All my ex-girlfriends were the nurses. You know what I mean? So it was cool. And that way I kind of, maybe because I was by myself. So my brain kind of like did something to comfort me, mentally. They put all my family friends and shit. So, yeah, man, that's what happened with that. But when I woke up, I was really fucked up. For you guys that don't know, if you go into a coma, right, a self-induced coma, a medically induced coma. I didn't get like super sick and then get into a coma. No, they put me in a coma to try to heal me. But if you go into that anesthesia and not moving your body for all those days will completely shut your whole body down. You know what I mean? So when I got out, I had the strength of like a 5-year-old girl, basically, which was fucked up.
And it was hard for you to talk too, because when you called us, it was hard to understand you.
Yeah, I had like a bad stuttering problem and shit like that. But yeah, my brain was fried. My body was fucked up. I got discharged and they sent me to a physical rehab facility. That my family actually pulled strings for me to go there. You know what I'm saying? I have family that is administrators in that physical rehab facility. So they pulled strings to get me a bed in there. And I was like one of the first COVID patients in that place. And little by little, I had these two guys, man. They were great physical therapists, Drew and Eli. So if you guys are from Miami and, you ever have to go to a physical rehab facility, those two guys, man, they're amazing. Little by little, they gave me the confidence because they would be like, all right, we're going to stand up today. I'm like, dude, stand up? I can't even hold a fork. You know what I'm saying? And I'm super depressed about it. Everybody's like, bro, you're a miracle. Dude, you're so lucky. Bro, you're blessed by God. How could you be sad? Like, you're alive. And bro, I'm like, yeah, I understand, bro. I'm happy to be alive. But I can't fucking move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm the kind of person that I was active. You know what I'm saying? I got on my bike. I go for a run. Me and Alex were running right before I caught COVID. You know what I'm saying? I'm usually physically bigger, stronger than most average people are. You know what I'm saying? So to go from being physically average to the weakest person ever, it fucks with you mentally. You know what I'm saying? When you can't do for yourself, it fucks with you mentally. If you can't brush your own teeth, you can't feed yourself. I couldn't feed myself. I couldn't brush my teeth. I couldn't take a shower. I was pooping on myself, pissing on myself. You know what it is to use the bathroom and have to call a squad of people to come and clean you? You know what I'm saying? All these young, beautiful nurses to come in there and be like, oh, and you would think they'd be like, oh, again, no, bro, super. Oh, don't worry, Mr. Sanchez, we're gonna take care of you. Come here, all right, you guys do this, boom, 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 and they take care of you, and you just it's like.
Make it worse that they were so nice about it?
No, it made me feel better because I was embarrassed about it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they did make me feel better about it, and so, but I was still like super motivated to do that shit myself, where I was getting in trouble by them. You know what I'm saying? Like when once I started being able to just pick my body up with a walker, dude, I would wait for everybody to go to sleep. I have to clear it, and then I'll grab the walker, bro, and I'll hold it by the bed, and I'll fucking push and push and push, and I'll get to my feet sweating, dude, a heart bumping through my chest, and little by little, I'm talking baby steps, boom, to the bathroom, boom, 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 boom. get to the bathroom, do my thing, clean myself, then grab something and lift myself off of the bathroom, bro. From the toilet, get myself back up, hold myself over, turn on the hot water, the cold water, get in there. My legs are trembling because they're so weak and I can't hold my body up, and taking a shower by myself, bro. They would come in and go, Mr. Sanchez, what are you doing? You're going to fall. You can't do that. You're going to fall. You can end up back in the hospital. No. Come here. Sit down. Don't do that ever again. Call me. I'm the one who's going to take you a shower. This and that. I would be all pissed off like an old grumpy man. I can take my own damn shower. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, I did. I gave them hell about it, but I mean, every day I would get stronger and stronger and stronger. You know what I'm saying?
You know what sucked about that situation? That we couldn't all come and visit you.
Yeah, that's another thing. You know, if God forbid anybody catches COVID, the hospital won't let any family in.
Yeah, no one can come and see you. So you were there, dolo. No one could come and give you support. Like, hey, yo, man, you're good. No, you just had the nurse.
And suffering, dude. I was suffering like a motherfucker in there. But thank God for FaceTime, man.
Yeah.
FaceTime really came in clutch. And Uber Eats, though. Uber Eats. Yeah, because when I got the trach, I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat solid food. So they were giving me puree food, like in a blender. Disgusting, bro. Disgusting fucking mashed potatoes and ground beef and peas and carrots. It was just nasty food. I had to drink it through a straw. So finally, when that started to heal, then I was able to get solid food. And I was so happy to eat solid food, bro. I got a cup of peaches. It was the best thing I ever ate in my life. I was like this, bro. It was fucking awesome.
I don't think I can remember the last time I had peas.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about peaches, the fruit cups.
No, I'm still talking about peas.
Bro, peas, straight prison food. This shit you get in the pan and in Dade County jail and shit's disgusting. But
they give you the salami with the fucking Kool-Aid.
They're terrible, but yeah, man. And then once I was in the place, I was able to get Uber Eats delivered. You know what I'm saying? So
and that must have came in clutch.
Yeah, I started getting chicken parmesan sandwiches, freaking jerk chicken, stuff like that.
What do you have to say to all those people that say Corona's fake?
Bro, every time somebody tells me Corona's fake, I kind of get offended. Like I check them about that shit.
A lot of people say it. They say it to me too.
Yeah, it's a fake virus. It's conspiracy. It's this. It's that. Dude, that shit's not a fake virus, bro. That shit fucked me up.
A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, bro. I mean, because like a lot now, everybody knows somebody that's gotten it. You know, if it's not your direct family, it's friends of friends of friends of friends. So a lot of people get it and nothing happens to them. So they're like, that shit's soft.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't even mention it. Like, a lot of people don't even say they've had Corona. Like I was talking with a group of people yesterday, my friends, like my new friends, and I told them I was telling them a story about you, and they go, "Oh yeah, my mom had Corona," and then my other friend goes, "I had it, but it didn't affect me," and then I went and get tested. Crazy.
Imagine how
they don't say it until they get comfortable with you. Like, oh, okay, he's not, because you say you have Corona. A lot of people right now aren't gonna want to chill with you.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, I had Corona. Nah, get away from me.
Yeah.
People don't want to do that.
Definitely takes some guts to admit it sometimes. Yeah. You know, depending who you're around, if they're like, if you know they might be a little ignorant to it, then you don't want to admit it because you don't want to scare the shit out of them and they run out. You know what I'm saying? But it was pretty scary for me when I realized that I got it.
Yeah.
Because my best buddy was in the hospital, in a coma.
Yeah.
Over, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
we're about the same age, same height, same weight.
And I was freaking the fuck out, man. I'm like, I don't know where this is going to take me, but I know one thing. I hate hospitals, but the only way I go to hospitals is my life is threatening, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, luckily I spoke to a doctor. We did the FaceTime thing. He told me, yes, Rudy, you definitely have it. You have all the symptoms. So you should be feeling this coming up in the next couple of days, and just, eat a lot of hot meals, drink a lot of like teas with lime in it, soups, and if it gets worse and your breathing gets worse, then that's when you have to come in.
Yeah, see, but that's the problem with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Is that they keep on telling you to stay home, do all that bullshit, and come back when it's worse. Bitch, you want me to come back when I got full-blown pneumonia on the verge of death for you to see me? It's like, dude, when I go there, they should bring you in, put you in a room, start giving you the hydrochloroquine and all those fucking things that they do, watch you in case, you go from bad to worse overnight, you know what I'm saying? But I guess they can't have the hospital full of sick people like that.
The doctor was pretty accurate. My biggest concern was, I'm a fat boy, man. I love to eat. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't taste anything. I couldn't taste my coffee.
That happened to me too.
I couldn't taste anything or smell anything. Mm-hmm. So like, it was actually dangerous, bro. If I was running a cafeteria, so something catches on fire, I'd have no clue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I don't hear it, and it's hard to hear fire.
Yeah.
So it was a little scary, man. But luckily, I got the lesser part of it. I didn't really have to deal with a lot of disease, running to the hospital. I mean, I felt miserable a couple of nights, or not, but.
But you were always able to breathe good.
I had shortness of breath a couple of times.
That shit, I had bad shortness of breath, bro. I was like, I was in my bed like that, like a dog that just ran a fucking mile.
Well, while everyone was sick in my crib, I went to the doctor, and I told them everything, and they had my stepmom and my sister on file already. So I told them, oh, these are my families. I live with them. I go, I'm here to get tested for corona. They go, okay. I go in the back. The doctor comes back. You don't have it. They didn't even test me. He didn't even test me. He just said, you don't have it. Stay away from them.
All right.
Tell me to keep myself isolated in my room. So when I went back to the house, I closed my door. I put a towel underneath the thing. I closed my vents, and I stayed in my hot-ass room with a little fan and then a little box of granola bars and a 12-pack of Diet Coke.
For how many days did you do that?
I did it for like about 14.
Wow. And you never left. Oh, you had to leave to take a dump and pee and use the bathroom, right?
Yeah, but I didn't have to go a lot because I only had a box of granola bars and Diet Coke.
Holy shit.
Dude, every time I went to take a leak, orange.
Yeah.
Because just Diet Coke. And then I had the granola bar. I spread it out.
Yeah.
But I was playing a lot of video games too, so I was entertained.
And the whole world changed in 18 days. From when I went into a coma to when I got out. When I got out, the whole world was different.
Yeah, because everyone was wearing masks now.
Everybody was wearing a mask. You couldn't go inside Publix. There was lines outside of Publix.
Isn't it crazy? Like some kind of revolution or something?
Yeah.
Like everybody, now it's a part of life. Where's your mask?
It's part of the swag too. Like
now in Miami, you have to. It's like, I think it's like a city ordinance where if they catch you in the street without a mask, you could get a fine and 60 days in jail.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that happened yesterday.
Yeah, without a mask. But I know at work I have to wear it.
I went to the beach yesterday with my daughter, and right as you coming in, they're like, "Where's your mask?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "To go to the beach on the sand? Yeah, you just gotta have it right to walk through here. Once you reach wherever you're gonna throw your towel out of where or whatever, then you can take it off."
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird. I saw guys playing volleyball, football, people all on the beach swimming back and forth. Yeah. Nobody was wearing a mask. You're not gonna wear a mask in the water.
But you're not allowed in a group larger than 10. You have to be in a group of 10. That's max. Yeah. If your group is larger than that, you guys can't sit together. Like when I go to eat in Ale House, they only let me and my friends sit in a group of 6.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no more. The others had to sit at the other table.
Yeah.
And we had 7, so someone had to sit alone.
I feel it, man. I'm trying to be more positive about it. Like the other day I was like, bro, 2020 is the worst fucking year of my life.
Dude.
And my mom checked me right there. She was like, what? You think it's the worst year of your life? It's the best year of your life. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, every day is a gift for you. You're not even supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? So how is it the worst year of your life? You're the luckiest person, you're the luckiest person you know. I was like, yeah, I guess I got to start adopting that way of thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
How do you feel about the whole situation, Alex?
Shit is weird.
You think Corona's fake?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not fake.
Kills me when people say that shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, shut up.
Yeah, that happened to me at work. I was at work and we were at capacity. You know what I'm saying? Because the nightclubs opened up back. And so 2 guys came in. I'm like, yo, we're at capacity. You can't come in. And he's like, oh, come on, bro. What is it? Why? Why? I'm like, because the city said that we can only have 50% of people of our capacity. We're already at 50%, so you can't get in. Bro, this COVID shit is fake. I was like, oh, yeah, it's fake, bro. I showed him my scar. I was like, look, I had a fucking tracheotomy. I was in a coma for 18 days with COVID. He's like, are you serious? When? I was like, April 1st to April 18th. It's like, oh, wow, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, dickhead.
It's fake. Yeah, get out of here, man.
Fake
Kick rocks.
Fake my ass.
Got people.
Hopefully sees this podcast and sees you again at the door.
Yeah, bro. The amount of douche.
You got people at our club trying to tip to get in and trying anything to get in. Or in the worst, the problem like we're dealing because in clubs or for every club they're sending out people to make sure all these clubs and restaurants are doing it right. And in Miami-Dade, restaurants got shut down.
Yeah, well,
restaurants and bars
the
got shut down.
governor said today that he's gonna suspend any bar's liquor license that is in violation of the codes. And my club actually got visited today.
And the dancers, the dancers are the worst because they get hot and they feel like they could take their mask off and dance. And it's like, yo, put your mask on.
The problem with that is alcohol. People have 3 shots and they don't give a shit about COVID. Yeah. Or they don't give a fuck about the mask no more. Fuck this fast. I'm Superman, dude.
Dude, I pick up mask. I picked up about I don't even know how many masks. Mm-hmm. Throwing them in the garbage. People just leave them behind. We got to go around, make sure everyone has their mask on. Sometimes people go to throw money and you're killing the people's vibe because they go to throw money and look cool for the camera. And then with the security come over and tell them, yo, you got to wear a mask or you can get out. If you want to throw money, you have to go up and wear a mask.
I don't know. When do you think that things will go back to normal, dude? I want to go back to comedy clubs. I want to go to the fucking boxing events. You know what I'm saying? I want to do everything that I want to do. As far as before, I always felt like, all right, well, I'll take this trip next year, or I'll do this whenever, or I got that on my bucket list. And I'm like, nah, I got to do everything ASAP, bro, because tomorrow is not gonna be here. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you what sucks right now. When you're driving, when I leave my house now, if I forget my mask, I gotta make a complete U-turn. If I was like, all right, yo, I'm gonna go over here so I could go pick up some vape juice or vape something. I go over there, I realize I don't have my mask in my car. I gotta head all the way back home because they won't let no one in.
To that, but one thing that fucks me up about the virus is our parents and our elders. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I got it, okay, I got it, And if I died, I died, whatever. But to live with, let's say you live with your mom, you live with your dad, and you give it to them and they pass away, dude, that's a hard pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? So that just scares me, dude. I'll be around my mom and my dad. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it's definitely something people need to pay attention to.
Yeah, especially young people, Oh, everybody who dies is 84 years old. No, bullshit, dude. You know what I'm saying? People die every day, and if they have diabetes, which, Hispanics, we all get diabetes eventually, you know what I'm saying? Or, high blood pressure or things like that. You're super high risk, you know what I'm saying? So if you're out there and you're partying, you're being a douchebag, just remember that it doesn't only affect you, you know what I'm saying? It affects everybody. Exactly. You could kill people. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Don't think about that. Well, all right, we're gonna take a small break.
And we hit the 30-minute mark?
Yeah.
That's what we usually do, but we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna come back for part 2 of the podcast, where we're gonna talk about George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, 6ix9ine, and some other stuff. So thanks for listening, and we'll be right back, yo.
Be right back.
Crime Payz Podcast Part 2. Thanks for listening. What's poppin'? All right, man. Thanks for coming back. I just wanted to reiterate about what I was saying before. I just want to send a special shout out to all the doctors and nurses of Homestead Hospital who took care of me out there. You guys saved my life. I appreciate it. Shout out to my family that stuck by me and went and got me potato chips and Coke Zero and all that when I woke up. That was dope. Shout out to Alex for that.
Yeah.
And yeah. So we back now, man. A lot of shit happened since then, dude. The whole George Floyd thing, fucking cops. If the cops could stop killing people, that would be great, dude. You know what I'm saying? If they could just kind of go back to beating people up instead of just shooting them a million times, I think the world would be a better place, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think, the cops, they got a hard job. I'm not anti-law enforcement, You know what I'm saying? I believe we need law enforcement to keep order in society.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about defunding the police and all that shit, but I like how they're being held responsible now, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're being held accountable when
with
when
all
they do
these
bullshit.
people.
They're giving them murder charges and shit, which hopefully that sends a message out. Like, you know, maybe drawing my gun and blasting right as soon as I feel scared is not the best thing. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely think they need. It's either lack of training or lack of heart.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like back in the days, in order to be a cop, usually when you say police, you're gonna see a big person, you know, masculine person. Whether it's if it's a female, then it's a bigger female than the average. You know what I'm saying? Or just some kind of jiu-jitsu or techniques.
They're the bouncers of the city.
Yeah. So I feel like right now a lot of them just lack in training, and
you know what I think happened?
Afraid, and the fear of being hurt takes over, and they just react.
Bro, yes, bro.
I saw something, and they just shoot.
I think when they set the standards higher and they made the job better as far as their retirement plans, their pay, their pensions, you know what I'm saying? I think once they did that and once they implemented the college thing where they needed like 2 years of college to become a police officer, I think that it took away the gritty kind of street guys that were about doing that kind of work, and it brought in the nerds. You know what I'm saying? And the nerds sign up for the little power trip and the pension and the good pay and the overtime and the clout. But when it gets violent and it gets ugly, they are very scared. You know what I'm saying? Where maybe somebody that grew up in, went to the school of hard knocks and, knows his way around the street a little bit.
Not afraid of getting,
Yeah.
Tossed around a little bit and getting hurt a little bit. Sometimes you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
You can't always win. And I feel like these people, it's just in it to win every time. They're afraid to lose.
Yeah.
I feel like the bigger problem with the cops is the ego thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like like you said, most of them, like they used to be nerds or they used to be something like irrelevant. And now that they're a cop, they have a power trip and they don't understand they work for the people and they feel like they work for themselves and they feel like they could run shit. And then that's where that violence comes in and when they start fucking with people.
Yeah, I feel like if you hit a cop, if you grab his taser, if you spit on him, then you should get your ass kicked. You know?
Absolutely.
Not shot.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like I'm not against that. You know what I'm saying?
And that comes from how you're being brought up too. If they don't teach you that shit at home, they're gonna teach you in the streets, but you're gonna fucking learn one way or the other.
That's what I'm saying. But you see a kid in a park playing with a toy gun, you don't jump out the car and fill them up full of lead. You know what I'm saying? That's off the chain, brother. I mean, I don't know. I think what they're doing, like, I was with it. I'm not gonna lie. Like when it first popped off, I saw that video of George Floyd and I was like, this is disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
the cop is just basically just resting his fucking...
Yeah, and what was so disturbing was the people yelling at the cop. Yeah. The bystander, hey, he can't breathe, get off of him. Hey, look, he's saying this. And then when he cries out for his mom, and then you just see him die, and I'm like, yo, how can you do that? Like, how could you be a cop, and when they're telling you, yo, you're killing him, and you just
got an ego.
Yeah, you just sit there and like, fucking let him die. No,
that's because I feel like he was letting... Yeah, it's an ego thing. Yeah. Also, you got a crowd watching you, and you're like, "Yo, fuck what you guys got to say. You don't know why I'm doing this." And he was so focused on what the crowd was screaming and going and contradicting him that he went too fucking far, man.
Yeah, nobody can justify that. Not even the most biggest cop supporter, somebody who bleeds blue. Nobody can be like, he was right. You know what I'm saying? Negative. He's done. Him and one of the cops was a rookie, dude. I believe it was like his 4th day on the job. And then he got a murder charge. It's fucked. An accessory to murder.
Show you, man. There's certain things that they just don't teach you in the academy. You don't know what you're dealing with until you're out there in the field. And
no, like I don't criticize the cops as far as like, oh, I would have done this or I would have done. Definitely, I would not have got on the dude's neck for 8 minutes and killed him. I know that. I wouldn't have done that. But when I'm talking about other police situations, when, when the cops use deadly force and everybody wants to criticize about it, meanwhile, they work at Chipotle and they've never been in a fight in their life. Their life has never been in danger, and they want to sit there and analyze the cops and judge them for what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, but
definitely that cop that killed George Floyd was a dickhead.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna be he's gonna be where he belongs.
And the riots were getting crazy.
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah. That's what I was saying. Like I was with it when the riots first jumped off. I was like, hell yeah.
At first, I wasn't really with it because they were destroying their communities.
No,
but then when they hit the police station,
yeah, because that's like the first thing I saw
oh.
was the police station burn. I was like, oh shit, it is really lit. Because I'm always like, I always feel like the new generation of kids, they're soft. You know what I'm saying? But they really showed that they ain't soft. You know what I'm saying? They might look weird. They might look like rock stars or whatever. They don't look like we looked, but they got all the heart in the world because they went to the police station and they burned that bitch down. You know what I'm saying? They did. And they tore down the whole damn city, which I was like, good, because I feel like if the government is tyrannical against the people should burn the fucking country down and get rid of the government and put a new government. That's basically American freedom. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's why it's the land of the free. The government doesn't control us. We control the government. So when the government starts killing us, then it's time for us to act. But it wasn't until the riots started to hit home, you know what I'm saying? When I was like, oh shit, I hope they don't come around my fucking block and fuck up my car, you know what I'm saying? Man. And go and fuck up my store that I like to go to and get my groceries at and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they stopped with I feel like a lot of people lost connection with what they were really, the movement they were really trying to do, and then the fucking pieces of shit started taking advantage, robbing.
The circumstances and ran in through stores, stealing jewelry and shit. Yeah, definitely, I believe they were taking advantage. I don't think that kind of violence was a way to, push a message.
Yeah.
I think there's 100 other ways, but sometimes.
Let me make it clear though, like I'm not against the parade, and so there's the group of people that were doing it for the reason, and then there's the other ones that were looking for the lick to take. Like they were.
And what I'm gonna say next is gonna rub people the wrong way, but whatever, it's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? We can respect it or not, whatever. But I feel like the Black Lives Matter now that they're making the change that they want to. You know what I'm saying? As far as the government and the police, they need to keep that same energy within their community also. You know what I'm saying? So when a gangbanger kills an innocent kid in a drive-by because he was trying to hit this guy and they kill the kid, or they do some foul shit in the neighborhood, they need to go and handle that shit the same way they handle this shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, facts, for sure.
I think once they do that as a whole, that neighborhood and those people will be where they need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that part of the thing is it's really crippling them. You know what I'm saying? The violence within their own community.
Now I believe the cop who killed George Floyd, I don't think he was racist. They put out a photo of a guy that looked like the police officer, and it said "Make America White Again." They proved that wasn't the same guy.
Right, but why do you feel like he wasn't racist? You don't even know him.
Dude, because I don't see how. All right, so he's racist, so he's gonna kill this guy in front of everybody. Nah, I feel like this guy was prejudiced. You know what I'm saying? Like he saw a big guy, you know what I mean? And he's a little guy, and he's intimidated. And then that goes back to what we were saying. They have an ego, and little guys, like they have an ego. Like
nah,
like
they were both big as fuck.
Nah, I believe George Floyd was big.
Was like 6'6", then the cop was like 6'4". They were both bouncers in a club before that. The cop used to work off-duty security in a nightclub that George Floyd was also a bouncer at. They were both big as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying maybe there was a beef between them since they used to be co-workers.
They used to be co-workers?
They used to be co-workers.
You know what? I never heard that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, if you ever look at pictures of George Floyd, he's either wearing like a black security shirt or he's in a black-on-black suit because he used to be a bouncer. You know what I'm saying?
All I heard was he was into porn artists or something.
Who, George Floyd?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, there's a video of a porno out. I don't know if it's George Floyd or not though, but they say it's George Floyd.
Well, luckily we have our porn expert Alex is here in the house. Alex, have you
confirmed? Yeah,
it's confirmed. he's just looking around. He goes, "It's confirmed." Yeah,
he was fucking the shit out of that.
Shout out to George Floyd. Yeah.
Shout out George Floyd.
R.I.P. to the God.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, man.
Now, another thing that happened while you were in a coma, 6ix9ine got out of jail. I believe that was during your pandemic, no?
I think I was awake when he came home.
When he came home, you awake? Yeah, he gets out of jail and he's trolling everybody.
Yeah, he's back to his old ways, but of course, you know, the label of a snitch is a lifetime scar.
Exactly.
He's got to live with, you know what I'm saying? Especially when he portrayed himself as a street person, as a gangster. He's
still doing that.
Yeah. I mean,
still doing. I thought it was gonna change. I thought when he came out of prison, I knew he was gonna do numbers.
Yeah,
I knew it. Like my most of my generation, the younger kids don't even care that he snitched.
Him making good music was never the issue. You know what I'm saying? Me, why I lost complete respect for him is because he did the crimes and then he snitched on the people that he made them do the crimes.
Yeah, and for all those people that are saying, oh, nah, but they did this to him, they did this to him. If you don't know the street code, which I'm not a street person, but if you don't know the street code is if you're part of the gang life and these people do you wrong, you're not going to go to the cops. You're going to handle it yourself because that's what you signed up for. That's your code. So yeah, even though
that's not valid either, because if that's the truth, and when they kidnapped him and they robbed him, why didn't he go to the cops and say anything then?
No,
you understand?
No, but
he didn't do that.
But he snitched now.
Exactly. He didn't. He only snitched to when they were going to give him 42 years in prison, and then he snitched because he didn't want to do the time for his crimes. You know what I'm saying? And that is, to me, it's just sucker shit, because you did the crime.
No, he's definitely a sucker.
You know what I'm saying? You did it, so now you got to pay for it. And you put everybody else did those crimes that they're going to jail for you. You're the one who sent that dude to shoot at Chief Keith, and then you snitched on him. When you made him do it, you paid him to do it. That's like if I pay you 10 bands, go shoot up this club. You go shoot it up, and then I tell on you. Motherfucker, you wouldn't have done it if I didn't tell you, and if I didn't pay you.
Facts.
You wouldn't have done that crime, you know what I'm saying? So, whatever. I mean, he still makes good music, but I can't listen to it, bro.
How you feel about 6ix9ine, Alex?
I kind of had an idea that this was going to happen. He was going to come out. The music wasn't going to be any different. He was still going to have success. So he's right on track to where I thought he was going to be.
Yeah. I knew he was going to have success.
I mean, he's paying for like all the views and
yeah. They did prove that. They did prove a lot of his streams are fake.
What we don't know is, you know, when he goes out and does his first concert, is it going to be sold out? Is it going to be?
I think he might die.
I was just going to say
that.
I think he's so big of a star, his security is going to be top flight,
Yeah, but for how long? Okay.
Forever.
You know, it could be top flight as long as you're popping.
That's what.
As long as you're up there,
making that concert
money, better stay up there.
Gangsters have sniper rifles too, man.
That's what I'm saying. As long as you're making number one records, as long as you make number one records, you have the money for that security detail. 2 years from now, you might not be as hot as you are today, and you're not going to be able to pay. You're not going to be able to pay for those police. And you know what? You're going to have to still do shows if you want to live, and you're going to do smaller shows in nightclubs, nightclub walkthroughs. That dude is marked for death, bro.
No, for sure. Yeah, as soon as they see an opportunity,
and he snitched on like the Bloods, they're like the biggest gang in the whole freaking world.
I wouldn't even call it. It's more like a mafia.
Bloods and Crips, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, you couldn't have picked the worst fucking people to snitch on. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, worst.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're in California. They're in Texas. They're like in every state, right? In every prison, dude. You're fucked.
Yeah, and he can't really get venues, dog. He can't really get cleared for venues because he got that big ass target on his head. So I don't see how he's gonna make money off of shows like that. Mm-hmm. I think he has to rely on streams and merch. Mm-hmm. He's gonna have to for like a while. He could probably do like a small show, but like he's not going to Coachella.
I wouldn't want to go to none of his concerts.
He's a sex offender too, bro.
Neither, yeah.
And he is.
Oh yes, I did hear.
Yeah, he was on camera, fucking around with a runaway girl. I think she was like 13 years old.
What did I say?
Nasty motherfucker.
Yeah, but the cancel culture didn't care though.
Yeah, well, because of where he's at in the culture, he's like on the bottom of the barrel. You know, rappers, nobody cares about them. But it's not like he's like on the weekend.
He didn't get convicted for that though.
But he did. He pled guilty, bro.
Oh, he pled guilty?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Pled guilty.
Forgot about that. That's old though. Now he's a snitch.
Yeah.
Now he's snitch 9.
Yeah. Oh, fuck him.
Okay.
Well, how about sports, yo? I miss sports.
Dead.
When are we gonna get sports back, bro? I need basketball back. I don't even watch football. I miss it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because like I can't. I really don't sit there and watch the whole thing. But I'm off on Sundays, so even if there was nothing to do on Sundays, I could always go in the living room, turn on a game, and watch it. Even though I didn't know the stats and I didn't follow the players super, but it's cool to watch it on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're barbecuing at your crib on Sunday, you put the TV on. Oh shit, the game. Who's playing? The Patriots and the Jets. Oh, awesome. Let's watch it. You know what I'm saying? So
I definitely miss UFC and basketball.
Well, UFC's back, but they're not putting the really good fights on. They're putting like the cheap ones. It's crazy too when you watch the UFC now because they don't have nobody in the audience, so you hear them, dude.
So you hear Joe Rogan screaming, "Ladies and gentlemen!"
Yeah.
There's nobody there.
Or when they do the leg kicks, you hear it like boom, boom, boom. You hear the stomps. You hear them breathing hard. When they're on the floor grappling, you hear them talking shit to each other.
What do you guys predict the future is going to be like? You think all this stuff dies down after the elections? Do you think that they keep, the media continues with the fear mongering and keep the stuff goes back to normal? Is this forever change or what?
I don't know. I know there's definitely what's the word I'm looking for? It definitely affected the fucking polls. Like if 50% of people were going to vote for Trump, it went down to 40 just because of Corona in the situation.
I think that this definitely changed the world. Hopefully a vaccine comes in 2021 and whoever survives will get cured after that. But what I don't like is that now people have seen what a chemical weapon can do, what a biological weapon can do. And now I think terrorists and people that want to do real harm are not going to fly planes into buildings anymore. They're going to invest in laboratories, start working on viruses. And that shit's gonna be the end of the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? It's a scary fucking thing. Like I feel bad for pregnant women who are bringing kids into the world today, in this day and time. Dude. It's a fucked up time to be pregnant. Having to deliver a baby in the hospitals, family can't come see you. You know what I'm saying? The nurses are exhausted.
And I don't think, if you get pregnant, if she gives birth right now, and the dad can't go and watch his child be born right now, no? You think they'll let that slide, or you think they're gonna?
From what I understand, the hospital doesn't let no visitors in.
Yeah, then that means a lot of fathers.
Maybe that has changed because I've been out of a coma now for like 2 months, maybe.
Nah, it's still pretty strict.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And in Miami, cases have went up.
Mm-hmm.
There's more cases of Corona.
Yeah, every day is like 4,000 new ones. So.
I heard something about them.
My brother said deaths are down. Is that right, Alex?
Yeah, that's what the numbers are showing. But they're testing more people. So, the news pushes, that more people are infected. But if, you dig a little more research, about 2 months ago, they already guessed that out of the testing that the numbers are 50% higher than what they had 2 months ago. So more testing is going to show more infections, but not necessarily mean more deaths.
Yeah.
So the people who know, they kind of guess it. Whatever, if they did 500,000 tests, that number was 50 times higher, which would be like 20 million people have the virus, but doesn't necessarily mean that, that they're dying.
The whole mask thing is crazy too. Imagine like how are we gonna date now in the future? You go someplace, you don't even know if a girl's ugly or not.
Dude, I hate that fucking mask.
Everybody who took care of me in the hospital, I have no clue what they look like. I only know their eyes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Sometimes when I would look at them, I would look at their badges, and you could see their face on their badge. I'm like, dude, that looks nothing like you. Like what I was imagining that you look like from down here is totally not what you really look like.
Yeah, because the mouth, has a lot to do with the face being pretty.
Yeah,
it does.
Now I'm gonna have to check girls out. Like, who's that famous singer, Ray Charles? He was blind. He used to grab the girls by the wrist and see if they were fine. I'm gonna have to do that for now on.
I hate that mask, dude, because I'm working and I sweat like sometimes because I'm a barback, so I'm running and only half my face gets sweaty. Yeah. Like it's just this half because the mask is so tight on there.
Yeah, I mean you're really putting yourself on the line with one night stands and shit like that. You meet a girl somewhere, you're just gonna make out with her that day,
and now you have to dodge STDs and coronavirus.
Jesus Christ. I don't know, man.
So dude, I'm still partying.
If your pee-pee doesn't fall off, then fucking you're gonna end up on a ventilator.
Your fucking lungs are gonna collapse.
I've been partying still.
And now all these people are the far left is like cancel culture. They're ripping down all the monuments and the fucking burning books and trying to erase fucking Uncle Ben's and Aunt Jemima.
Jimmy Kimmel.
What did they have to do with it, dude? Well, you know what? Fuck Jimmy Kimmel. Fuck
Why?
him.
Why Jimmy Kimmel?
He's a pussy.
Why? What do you do?
Because he was super anti-gun and he was calling for them reform. to take gun reform because of the shootings, and he literally was crying on his show, saying that that we're being irresponsible and we need to fuck gun owners and we need to take all their guns away. You know what I'm saying?
The duck.
And now all those people who did that since the riots, they got scared and now they're lining up to buy guns. You know what I'm saying? All the libs. Because the cops are quitting in the record numbers.
They're scared now.
Yeah. So now
it's close to home. They're nervous.
Yeah. Now they want to know, can I borrow one of your guns? No, fuck you. Grab your fork and your baseball bat and go into the riot. And when you get attacked by 10 people, ask me if I need my AR-15.
Tell them not to break into your house. It's illegal.
Yeah, then.
Yeah, bro. So fuck Jimmy Kimmel. But yeah, man. I saw today they were trying to cancel Jesus. They say he's a symbol of white supremacy.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows Jesus is not white. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows Jesus was from where? Egypt or some shit like that?
Yeah, he's
Jerusalem.
Caramel color.
So he looks like those people look. Or he looked like those people looked. You know what I'm saying? But
it's caramel. Looks Arabian like that. Yeah. Near that.
Yeah. What happens if they reelect Trump in, is it November?
Yeah.
What happens? There's a country.
Just a bunch of liberal tears, a bunch of crybabies crying in the street.
Will they protest?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Biden's trash.
Who would want Biden as their president? Did you hear what Biden said?
Bro, he said, everything he says doesn't make sense, bro. He's got dementia, dude.
That guy said...
That dude's sick in the head.
Look, the funniest thing I saw is when he said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about,
That's something your senile grandpa says.
Dude, what are you talking about?
When he starts talking about Nam.
Dude, what are you talking about, dude?
What an asshole.
Yeah. Biden's not black himself. Like, what are you gonna do, bro?
Yeah.
So who wins it then out of those two?
Trump wins easily by a landslide, dude.
At least
and if he doesn't, they rigged it against him, dude. You know what I'm saying? And
facts.
The thing is, with Trump supporters, they don't speak because the opposition automatically calls you a racist if you support Trump. It's not that you're anti-Antifa or you don't like big government or you have a business and being Republican benefits your way of life. You know what I'm saying? It's just in their eyes, you're racist.
Yo, I want to say, I feel like Trump.
What I mean is that they don't talk. Republicans are quiet. They're making the Democrats and the far left. They're making all the noise, and Republicans are staying quiet because they're not trying to even argue with you. You know what I'm saying? But come election time, I feel like Republicans are going to line up. I think all those people who are scared about that, about all the shit that went on, they're going to line up and they're going to move over to the Republican side. That's what I think. I'm not no fucking expert. My brain is fried. I've been in a coma for a long time on heavy meds. Take my word with a grain of salt. That's what I think is going to happen.
If the lefties were in charge of this, or you know what, better yet, now imagine if Hillary was in charge during this corona pandemic. Now, dude, I don't think we would have got that check like that. Because, dude, while I was out of work and I needed to pay my bills, I was getting a check cut from the unemployment offices, and that was the government helping me out with the stimulus check and all of that.
Are we like the only government that actually sent money out to every single citizen?
No, Canada did it too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Canada did it as well. Canada actually, I believe Canada actually, you didn't have to pay your water, light, you didn't have to pay the thing, your mortgage. They basically paused the bank and shit.
Yeah.
They extended it, they added it onto the end.
Yeah, I'm not going to vote this year because I didn't like when Trump went against the Second Amendment after the Las Vegas shooting. He banned the bump stocks and all that shit.
What's that?
You don't know what a bump stock is?
No.
It's like the back of an AR that goes on your shoulder, but it has a spring in it. So
he banned that?
Yeah, he banned it because the shooter used it.
Because you could.
Stupid.
You could make your gun shoot automatically.
Yeah. The whole point of most people voted for Trump because of that. You know what I'm saying? Obama tried 2 times to pass an assault weapons bill. You know what I'm saying? So when it was like, all right, we're going to vote for a Republican, at least it's going to be more about our rights than the government seeking more power. So
yeah, that's another thing. People don't understand. They want to get rid of the guns, and it's like, yo, you're not gonna be able to protect yourself against nothing.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, and Trump is. I'm not a huge Trump fan. I hope he wins, but like I said, I'm not a huge Trump fan. I'm not gonna go outside, stand in a long ass line, and vote for him because I think he's pretty retarded too.
I feel like the Congress, people sleep.
He says some stupid shit sometimes though.
He does. They say presidency is of importance, but what's really, really important, like to vote for, is the Congress. Yeah. Like, yo, if you're a Republican, you want Republicans at that table. Yeah. If you're a Democrat, you want more Democrats at that table. Because that's what's going to pass the laws. So, like, even if a Democrat was in office, but the Congress is full of Republicans, they're not going to pass their bills. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People sleep on that part too. So if you're trying to vote to make change, you got to vote for both.
Both candidates are retarded, dude. So I think we're fucked either way. But I'd rather have a Republican running the office than a Democrat.
I just don't want Biden.
Yeah, dude, Biden sucks.
Not gonna have Biden. I don't even know why they chose him to be top. They should have chose
they must have not had nobody,
dude. Because Biden is horrible, dude. Yeah. Choose him.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
You gotta be desperate to get rid of Trump to go with Biden.
Yeah, dude. You gotta really, 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 really be desperate.
It's the first time I see a candidate who doesn't make sense. Like your grandfather that talks that he's got dementia and he doesn't know what your name is anymore, and he thinks it's a 1960. Bro, the guy's senile like that, bro.
I feel like maybe it's a setup, man. Yeah. This is what give America.
Yeah,
we're gonna need Trump again.
One thing I like about Trump is that he triggers the liberals, you know what I'm saying? I love to see them fucking mad and pissed, you know what I'm saying? I like that, dude. It's entertainment, you know what I mean? But sometimes he says things that you're just like, dude, if you didn't say that, you didn't have to go there, you know what I'm saying? You just should have.
What do you think about DeSantis and Jimenez?
Wow, those guys fucking suck, dude. They suck big time.
Who the hell is DeSantis?
That's the Florida governor and shit.
Oh,
yeah, they're fucking us up over here. They opened up all of Florida except us.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Sons of bitches.
You have to wear a mask, but he's seen out in public without wearing a mask.
I think that was Suarez, Mayor Suarez.
I can't tell.
Yeah, he was in Wynwood partying at a hip restaurant, not wearing a mask with his boys. None of them were wearing masks. None of the people behind them were wearing masks. And the next day he comes out saying everybody has to wear a mask now. It's like, oh, okay. We have to wear a mask in 115-degree weather, but you and your homeboys can go out with no mask and live life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm wearing a mask anyway. Don't get me wrong. I am not anti-mask. I want everybody to wear a mask. You know what I'm saying? I actually get offended when strangers are around me in not 6 feet from me without a mask on. I feel like, yo, you trying to kill me? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, get the fuck away from me, dude. You know what I mean? Put your fucking mask on.
I hate that mask, dude. Half my face sweaty. I'm gonna invest in a good one because it's supposed to stay like this for a year.
You would really hate being in fucking ICU in a fucking bed.
Yeah, but dude,
you know what I'm saying?
Have the mask on all day. It's uncomfortable, dong. You know what I mean?
All right, we're gonna wrap this up, homies.
Let's talk about the movie.
Oh shit. Well, we're gonna have to leave that to next episode. We're out of time. But basically, all right, I'm going to try to sneak it in real quick. I'm working on a short film based on some of the nightmares I had when I was in a coma. We started shooting it. It comes out real dope. I hope you guys watch it. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for Rudy for coming, being a special guest. Thanks for Alex for getting back. And I look forward to entertaining y'all. Peace. Good night.